Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So I've been painting with him for several years now, and we kind of was doing the hand over hand for years, and now he's actually starting to do more of the backgrounds himself, and then I go back with him and still like smooth it out or excuse me, complete like the edges and different things like that. So that's he's come a long way, and in a lot of ways I've come a long way too. But oh, I got a frog in my throat. So we're just like, kind of learning and growing together with the paint and with everything. And I've been doing a lot of the same types of paintings over and over and over again. So I've made myself kind of take kind of a new approach to a lot of things. And I'm making myself do a little bit more, I don't want to say abstract, because that is definitely not where we're at, but just, some different approaches with everything. So today I'm going through and I'm gonna make a flower. And I'm just going to go in and kind of make it a little more abstract as we go along here. So that is my goal. So I'm going to do this and then fill in the different areas. Like, I know I had something else here. So we'll just kind of see what happens as we go along. I'm not too worried about like it being straight or specific or any, colors in filled in and that type of thing. I kind of want to take what I'm doing and let it just work out. So we'll see what happens. Owen was awake at 12:40. He was up a little bit sooner than that, but I hadn't even really, I'd fallen asleep earlier in the night, kind of in and out. And then I was awake for quite some time, and I had not fallen back asleep. And here he came into my room, just ready to rock and roll. And I convinced him at that time to go back to sleep. Then he came in at um, or sometime around 1 something, and then 2 something and 3 something, and at 4 he was done with me even attempting to sleep, and so we were up. And yeah, that was that. So, at some point you just kind of go, okay. And, well, like I said, it was a lot. He's gotten this idea, and I don't know why, and I sure hope that it's, I had some red here, and I want to add some more red, but I only had a tiny bit, so I'm going to put some more, because it feels kind of flat to me, and I want some other colors. But he's got it in his head for some reason that I don't need sleep ever, and he gets upset if I am sleeping or falling asleep or my eyes closed. And it's truly not my favorite thing. It's truly and the more that I have to discuss it with him, like if I continue to mention it or go through it with him, then that becomes part of his excitement level, and he then wants to really talk about it, which then leads to other stuff. And it's so hard to explain because I can't even completely understand it. Is he fixates on the negative sides of things a lot of times, and so if I'm upset about something or tell him that he can't do it or that it makes mommy sad, or he wants to make sure that it's then something we talk a lot about. And again, that's kind of one of those things that it's mind-boggling how his mind sits on things and trying to redirect the train. He is a genius. I mean, he's literally a genius. And so I have taken him to numerous counselors and professionals and they are all amazed at the information that he does obtain, and he can tell people what they were wearing the first time he met them. And at first I was like, he's just saying something and who knows what. But the more that he does it, the more I realize he isn't just telling somebody something. He truly knows it. He truly has this stuff stored in his mind. And the older he gets and the more he can kind of talk through things and explain, like, just being able to hold on more conversational parts, because he didn't used to be able to do a lot of that. I even realize even more how much information he has stored in his excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat. So it truly is like amazing what he's capable of talking about, and what is in his mind. And it just, like I said, it blows me away how much he has in his mind. It fascinates me to no end, honestly. And like he he loves languages, and I can't even begin to imagine how many he has, like how many he understands, how many he can say, how much, like if he can, he's learning to read, and now he wants me to answer a lot of things in Spanish because I've answered him a couple of times in Spanish. And I used to speak, I would not call it fluent by any means, but a little bit more conversational Spanish. And like I said, I don't want anybody to get the idea that I could really talk a lot about it, but I at least had a little bit more. When you don't use it, you lose it. So he now wants me to speak in Spanish, and I sign with him. And again, I signed for years, and then when you don't use it, you lose it. So I'm trying to kind of get it back into some, but he knows so much. He just knows so many things. So anyways, he was up all night, which means I was up all night and no sleeping. And I pray that he sleeps tonight. We have a busy week ahead. I had breast cancer. I'm still in breast cancer treatments. I'm doing maintenance infusions right now, and so I have my next one. I go through October. I have them every 3 weeks, and I go on Tuesday for that. I have an appointment tomorrow, then I have one Tuesday for my infusion, and then I have an appointment on Wednesday. And he knows these different things, which again kind of throws him off with a lot of it, because it's hard being so out of routine and not in school and just all of that. So I'm hoping that it'll go smoothly for him and that he can actually sleep tonight. But one day at a time. One day at a time. So I'm playing now, kind of. I put that green, and there's a chunk there was a chunk in it, which is right there. I got it. I pretty much have paint all over me. But probably shouldn't have done that because I've got some that were going over the edge. Yeah, we're playing around with messiness today. So the last thing I want to do, which I probably should just leave it as it is, but when is that ever something that I never stop? Now I'm probably gonna I just scratched my nose, so I probably have paint now on my face. Okay, here we go. And I don't want to, yeah, I just got that all over. I thought I was gonna do that. I just got it all over stuff that I didn't really want to do. So, call this sprinkles. The little extra sprinkles of life. Oops, I hit the camera. That was good, so it went flying. I'm batting 1,000 today. I keep saying I'm going to redo my table, but I keep hoping that we're going to move. But even at that, it would still take us months to move, so I should just redo it, but you know how that goes. I just keep getting and right now I'm not exactly full of energy because between my own not sleeping, you know, and then when somebody else wakes you up on their terms, it's kind of hard because, you know, I'm waking up on his terms so many nights, and that in itself is it's truly kind of difficult. So we're almost there. Just a few more moments in time here. Okay. I literally just got that in my eye. Well, on my eye, I should say, not like in the eyeball. Okay, so over Owen. And then L. It may have actually gotten in my I have glasses on too, and it, you know. And B. That is the messiest, but here we go. Okay. Very abstract. Maybe not abstract. I don't know. I see one little section here. Yes. Wanted a few more lines there. I like the lines. thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.